Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. Today, we're tackling a question that's probably popped into the heads of a lot of you who grew up in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It's about Soleil Moon Frye, the iconic Punky Brewster. Did she actually keep racing RC cars after that famous episode?
Ah, yes. That's such a fun, specific question. It comes right from that unforgettable Punky Brewster episode, Girls Will Be Boys, season 2, right?
That's the one,
Yeah.
where she wins the remote-controlled car kit.
Builds it herself, piece by piece.
And then totally smokes the competition on a boys-only track. It's like peak 80s empowerment.
Totally. So the direct answer first.
Yeah, let's get that out there.
Okay. So, no. There's really no public record or evidence that Soleil Moon Frye pursued RC car racing as, like, a serious hobby.
Right. But, and this is where our deep dive really starts, the story doesn't end there. That episode, it wasn't just about the call, was it?
Not at all. It was really about the person driving it. That spirit Punky had, that fierce independence, that innate creativity and just sheer determination.
Exactly. And it's kind of fascinating how that punky power, as we're calling it, didn't actually lead her down a path to miniature racetracks in real life.
Right. Instead, it seems to have fueled her pretty remarkable journey off screen. As a director, an entrepreneur, an advocate.
So that's our mission today, to explore how the essence of that episode, that punky spirit, shaped her actual real-world path.
Let's do it. Where should we start? Maybe the episode itself.
Good idea. Let's revisit Girls Will Be Boys. Beyond just winning the race, what were those key moments that really hammered home that message about, breaking stereotypes?
Okay, well, first off, she wins the RC car kit in a raffle instead of, like, a tea set. That's already setting the stage.
And her foster dad, Henry, his reaction is pretty telling.
Oh, totally. He just dismisses it, right?
Yeah.
Says it's for boys and that she'd never be able to put it together.
Ugh, but then you get that amazing rebuttal from Mrs. Johnson, the neighbor.
Yes. Just booms out, Buffalo Bull, that's Punky's car. Let her build it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So Punky does build it, creates this, colorful, custom monster machine.
And Henry's reaction then? He's stunned. Proud, even. Calls her his little grease monkey. A total turnaround.
But the conflict isn't over. There's still the race itself.
Right. Mr. Matsey, the neighborhood dad running the race, he's so condescending. Tells her, we don't have any powder puff events here.
Wow. Just lays the prejudice right out there.
Exactly. But despite that initial rejection, she gets to compete. And of course,
she wins, takes home the championship trophy.
It really was a powerful little piece of 80s television, wasn't it?
Definitely. For kids watching, it made that whole girls can do anything boys can do idea really concrete, not just a slogan, but something you saw happen. It tackled stereotypes about toys, skills, even who gets to be in certain spaces.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And interestingly, while the fictional Punky found her voice, her power, on that track, the real Soleil Moon Frye seemed to find her agency somewhere else entirely.
Behind a camera, right.
Exactly. Her real passion, it seems, wasn't a fleeting hobby with cars, but this lifelong commitment to documenting her own story, which is in itself a form of building something.
Okay, so how did that creative drive, that self-determination we saw in Punky, actually show up in Soleil's adult life? Where did that energy go?
Well, a huge example is her 2021 documentary, Kid 90. Have you seen it?
I have, yeah. It's incredible.
It really is. And she built it, literally constructed it, from this massive personal archive she'd kept since she was a kid.
Hundreds of hours of home videos, right? Audio recordings, diaries.
Voicemails, even. From famous friends like Brian Austin Green, Balthazar Getty, Mark Paul Gosselaar, even Leonardo DiCaprio. It's an amazing time capsule.
She mentioned being like a teen journalist, wanting to drink it all in. And she kept this box, her Pandora's box, sealed for 2 decades.
Yeah. And that act of documenting her own life, her own reality, that's pretty revolutionary when you think about it. It's her defining herself, separate from the Punky Brewster image.
Kind of like Punky fighting to define herself on that racetrack. It's about claiming your own narrative.
Precisely. And that same impulse, that need to create, to build,
Right.
It didn't stop with the documentary. It really seems to have flowed directly into her career as what people call a momtrepreneur.
Right. She became quite the businesswoman.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
She launched moonfry.com, which was this online space for DIY projects, parenting stuff, family activities.
And then there was PSXO, the party kit company she co-founded around 2014.
Yeah, born from her own family's love of throwing parties, taking an idea, materials, and building a business around it. Very hands-on.
She also hosted Homemade Simple on the OWN network for a while, helping families with home projects.
And wrote a book, Let's Get This Party Started, all about creative party planning and crafting. You see the theme, right? It's all about making things, building experiences.
It's a direct line, almost, from Punky meticulously assembling that RC car.
To Frye building this crafting and lifestyle empire, the core drive feels identical. Taking parts, ideas, and making something whole, something joyful, and empowering others, too.
And her work didn't just stay in the lifestyle space, right? She used her platform for advocacy, too.
Yeah, absolutely. She got involved in public health campaigns like Ask to Be Sure, which was about the meningitis B vaccine. Important stuff.
And philanthropic work, too, with core response during the pandemic, helping with COVID-19 vaccinations.
It really shows how that creative, proactive spirit can extend into so many different areas, building communities, supporting causes.
Yeah.
It all stems from that same energy.
So circling back to the original question, no, Soleil Moon Frye didn't stick with RC car racing.
Nope.
But asking that question actually leads us to something I think much more interesting about her, about that core spirit.
Exactly. That punky power, that creativity, that defiance of expectations, that determination, that's what seems to have consistently fueled her real life.
Directing Kid 90 was turning her personal history into art, building her businesses, empowered other families to create, her advocacy. That's building a better community.
It all connects back.
So Soleil Moon Frye is absolutely a builder, a creator, an archivist, an advocate. Her real journey, way beyond any fictional finish line, that seems to be the true lasting expression of punky power.
Well said. It's the spirit, not the specific hobby, that endured.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us today.